Welcome to our few moments together on the Parsha. This Shabbos, we have the privilege of reading Parshas Ki Savo. Now, Parshas Ki Savo, although has so many beautiful mitzvos and psukim in it, it does have 98 different curses, tochacha, warning about what can happen if the Jewish people don't follow in the ways of the Torah. It's very difficult to analyze how we go astray, and we don't even know, in some cases, what astray really is. But one thing is certain. The words of the Tochacha are extremely powerful. The minhag amongst many shuls is to read the Tochacha in a lower voice so that it's sort of played down, because we don't want that the Tochacha, the curses, should in any way ever come true. Others say that it's worthwhile saying the Tochacha in a clear enough voice. And maybe the only reason we say it lower is so that you should pay more attention to it as it's being read. Among the many difficult psukim that explain what can befall the Jewish people by going away from the Torah is a pasuk in Perek Chavches in pasuk Nun Gimel. It's absolutely astounding in its difficulty and so heart-wrenching that it needs explanation. The pasuk says, "V'ochalta pri vitnecha," you will eat the fruit of your womb. B'sar banecha u'nosecha, the flesh of your sons and daughters. Asher nosan l'cha Hashem Elokecha, which Hashem your God has given you. B'matzot u'b'matzok, because of the siege and the distress. Asher yotzik l'cha oyevecha, which your enemy shall distress you. Because of the terrible siege and distress, you will even do a terrible, terrible thing, such as consuming the flesh of your children. Now, this particular passage is impossible to understand in a normal way. It's just so frightening. It's so frightening. It's so out of character for any human being, let alone the Jewish people. What is it that is the essence of this particular tochacha that we should take a value and a lesson to apply to our lives? The Chazon Ish, in his commentary on this particular pasuk, makes the following statement. He says that this klala is so outside the realm of the ordinary, even if the mitzukah is kasher, even if the distress is very difficult. Lo yecholo lehisrachesh ba'ofan tivi. It's impossible to understand that we would come to such a level under normal circumstances. So the Chazon Ish explains, Ela klola hi b'fnei atzma. This is a curse in and of itself, aside from the simple meaning. Tsar u'motzok yinotel mehem hergesh ha'anushi hechazok b'yoser. That the distress and the siege takes away our humanity. And the one that is the strongest feeling is even lost. Ve'ehofku kechayos teref. And we become like wild animals, incapable of recognizing how we're supposed to use our neshama for good. So the Chazon Ish is saying this is not a normal thing that parents, even in the most terrible hunger in the world, wouldn't consume the flesh of their children, but rather it's talking about people who are so far from humanity because of the troubles that befall them that they lose their sense of decency. That's the worst possible curse, says the Chazon Ish. It's a separate curse, that we lose our decency. Now, we, Klal Yisrael, and today, as I'm recording this, we heard of the terrible tragedy on a bus in Yerushalayim where innocent people were killed by vicious, wild murderers who have no sense of right and wrong. And we have a tendency, when these terrible events take place, that we lose a little bit of our humanity. We want to thrash out. We want to murder. We want to do things which are wrong and dangerous. And we want to act almost inhuman because of the terrible tragedy that befalls us. We are never, as Jews, to lose our sense of humanity. Yes, we have to go and do what needs to be done to protect against this evil. What that is, I am certainly not capable of deciding how to do it. There are those who perhaps have a better idea. But certainly, when we discuss it amongst ourselves, there are different opinions. There's an opinion that says do A. There's another opinion that says do B. There's another opinion that says do C. And we have a tendency sometimes, because we want to be so right in our approach, that we lose our sense of decency and humanity. And that, says the Chazon Ish, is the worst punishment, worse than even the evil description that the Pasuk seems to tell us. We need to maintain our humanity and our decency. We have to greet our fellow Jew with love. We have to talk to each other with love, not demonstrate with anger and hate and call the one who doesn't agree with us any kind of name or disparagement. But instead, we need to reach out to each other and love each other and not lose sight of the special quality of Anushi, of humanity, that Hashem has given us because of the mitzvahs in the Torah, because Hashem has given us a sense of emes, v'yatziv, v'nachon, v'kayim, a sense of decency, of rachmanis, of kindness, of yahavta l'reacha kamocha, and we need to reach out with that, even in these most difficult times. Of course, Hashem, we beg Hashem to help us choose the right path individually, community-wise, and as the Jewish people world-wise. We hope that the rest of the world chooses the right path to help protect innocence and get rid of evil and destroy it from the face of this earth. And that's what we seek. So I beg of everyone to pay close attention to this Chazon Ish, in which he says what happened is that we take away the hergesh anushi, we take away the feeling of humanity sometimes, and decency, that we need to feel for each other and love each other and bring peace to Klal Yisrael, not by saying bad about another, and not by putting another down, and not by using revenge or hatred, but instead kindness and love, kindness and decency. Let's reach out to each other and try to bring Klal Yisrael together. And if we can do that, then the reading of Parshas Ki Savo will have had the effect that it was meant to, and that is to bring us closer to each other and to Hashem, so that we can see the Geula Shalema Bikarov. I want to bless everyone on this Shabbos, that we reach out to each other and bring each other together and do things that are filled with kindness and love and understanding and hope for the future. Hashem should bless everyone with a Shabbat Shalom U'Mevorach. we should be blessed to see the Geula Shlema B'Karov B'Mheira V'Yameinu. Shabbat Shalom U'Mevarach.